Still traveling in the book of Acts chapter 27. So we get what the fear is in verse 29. It said, fearing that we will be dashed against the rock, they drop 4 anchors from the stern and pray for daylight. The thing is that in all the contrary winds, in all the experience that these people had on their journey, the companions of Paul, the only thing they can see will happen to them is that they will experience shipwreck. There are times in life that we can't see anything good coming out of our circumstance. I call that a shipwreck situation. You can't see anything better coming down. This is going to end in disaster. But in that verse, same verse, there is a price lesson that we all need to learn. The first time I heard about this, I think I was a teenager. I can't remember any other thing that the preacher said that day, other than the fact that when they became afraid, they dropped 4 anchors. It's like yesterday. And from that time, I began to look, what are the 4 anchors that I can drop when I'm in a situation that appears to be imminent shipwreck is coming? I could do the same thing that Paul and the companion did. The Bible says they dropped 4 anchors. Anchor number 1 is the anchor of prayer. When a storm comes our way, please don't allow prayer to be your last resort. Let it be the first intervention. So they dropped the anchor of prayer because the Bible says Paul started to pray, and that's why the angel of the Lord was able to visit him in the night and guarantee him the salvation, not only of himself, but of everybody with him. If you have a situation that appears like a shipwreck, go before the Lord, drop the anchor of prayer, release yourself to the Lord and say, I'm just going to be in the prayer, and allow Lord to do what he always do. Mine is to ask. The second anchor is the anchor of fellowship. You see often that the children of saints, when they begin to experience difficulty, the next thing they do is they just absent themselves from the fold. You start to look for them. They are not in assembly. They forsake the assembly of others, like the Bible says in the book of Hebrews chapter 10 verse 25, that we should not neglect our church meetings as some people do, but encourage and warn each other, especially as we see the coming of the Lord drawing near. So we need the anchor of fellowship. We also need the third anchor, the anchor of hope. You know, at the point they thought they have lost everything. They don't even have a hope of a survivor. But when they got to the point of dropping the anchor, they drop one anchor in prayer, they drop another anchor in fellowship, because now it becomes a communal problem, and they were able to share it. The third one, they dropped the anchor into hope. If anybody lacks hope, there is no way that person can survive. You have to have hope that there is an outlet. You have to have hope that there's an escape route. You have to have hope that God is able to bring you out. And that is the way we can survive any shipwreck situation, when we draw our anchor into hope. The last one is we have to have the anchor of faithfulness. Faithfulness. I like what Paul said. He said, the angel of the Lord, to whom I belong, faithfulness, to whom I serve, faithfulness, stood by me last night and said, don't be afraid. If the Paul has not been faithful to this Lord, probably we will not be talking about salvation from this shipwreck situation. So we have to be faithful to the Lord, so that when we get to the point of shipwreck situation, we know that the faithfulness of the Lord will come for us, because we have been faithful to him, because we belong to him, because we serve him. So he said, again, when we have a situation that looks like is eminently we will be dashed against the rock, the thing we do is we drop our 4 anchors. We drop anchor into prayer, we drop our anchor into fellowship, we drop our anchor into hope, and then we drop anchor into faithfulness. You can depend on godly wisdom, you can depend on his anchors, and it will make sure that the situation that you are facing right now do not end in shipwreck.
Join Pastor Folake Olaleye in the CHEC Chapel of Grace family every Sunday morning for Sunday worship service on Facebook, and you can also fellowship with us at CHEC Lekki Center. Venue, Jorchy Plaza opposite Blenco by MAOL, Lekki-Epe Expressway, Sangotedo, Ajah, Lagos. Time, 10 a.m. The Lord will meet you at the point of your need. Jesus is Lord.